sun salute. Before we do the pendulum, we're gonna do the sun salute first, okay? From neutral, we're gonna start unlocking all of our joints, and we're gonna lead with one of our shoulders, either this shoulder or this shoulder, okay? You see how my heel starts to raise up? See how my elbow and knee start to mirror one another, right? Or you can even do the opposite hand, for example. This one. Okay. Now we're gonna V-step and step in with our shield here at the same time. The toe is pointed at the center line. We're gonna do 2 rotations. This one. Do it again. This one. Now we're gonna shift the body weight, half body pendulum to the outside leg we stepped on. We're gonna do it again. This one. This one. We're all pointed at the center line. Right? Back to neutral. Covering the head. We're gonna pivot, V-step to the other side. Okay? Elbows and shoulders align with the center line. 2 rotations here. Once here, same thing. Look. Elbows and shoulders align with the center line. One more time. Half body pendulum. Weight to the outside leg. Puntaria still. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if you saw that every time I move go back in. Every time I move and I step from the center line, I slightly drag my foot out of the center line. For example. Here too, look. When I did this, look, I said. Right? So you see, we're identifying the lines already. Back to neutral, I'm going to do a side step. This one. With toes still pointed at my enemy, my opponent. 2 rotations. One more time. Half body pendulum to the outside leg. Do it again. 2. You see how I'm coming out of the center line there? One more time. Back to neutral. Head first, upper body. Footwork follow. So we could do side step this way, V-step back. This one. 2 rotations here, weights into this front leg. Half body pendulum, distribute the weight to the back leg. 2 rotations here. Right? This foot is out of the center line. Back to neutral. V-step back to the left. 2 rotations here. 1, 2, half body pendulum to the back leg while you're covering your head. 2 rotations here. Back to neutral, half body pendulum, footwork follow. We're going to do the reverse motion, guardas. Right? Now, I could still be in the center line, or both feet, or I could be parallel to the center line. Right? Let's do parallel right now. 1, 2. Now half body pendulum to the back leg. 2 rotations there. 1, 2. Back to neutral. Footwork follow. While you're here, you see I'm starting to move forward, right? You see I'm starting to twerk and turn. Here. 2 rotations here. 1, 2. 2 rotations. Half body pendulum forward. 1, 2. Back to neutral. Covering the head. Footwork follow. Okay, so that's the sun salute. And then this forward movement is the pendulum. Now, in the pendulum, so go ahead, follow me. I'm going to slightly tap in the center, move forward. Slightly glide and over the center and tap. Move forward. Glide over the center. The backward motion. Okay? You see how my body is torquing and becoming bladed and being part of the line? Yes, I square up, but it's a transition. I'm back bladed. Keep going, guys. Don't stop, please. I'm going to look at you. Switch from neutral. You leave the left with your tongue. And you pivot on the right. Now that switch can happen at the back side or on the front side. So I'm going to try it again. Switch on the way back. Right foot back. So now there's more depth, or more things that you can look at. Now we're gonna do a switch in a second. We'll do it after we go puertas. Switch. Keep the metronome. Keep the metronome. Keep the metronome. Blaze your body. Be a smaller target. Switch. Right, get that light, nice light shuffle in the center. Switch. Okay. We did cordon in angles. We can be like cordon in an angle. Cuerdas, it doesn't have to be direct back, and cuerdas in an angle. So we're going to cuerdas back left here. We're going to go back to basic. Ready? Straight line. Switch. 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 Cordon, V-step right. We're gonna cuerdas, V-step right. Here. Lean into those angles that you're going into. Now we're going to do that again, but we're going to lean in. Once we go back this way, I'm going to want you to shift upper body. I'm going to want you to lead with the right shoulder, like that. Let me see if you can do that. Ready? Here we go. Lead with the right shoulder, but keep the metronome in and out, pendulum. Back to basic. Switch. V-step to your left, cordon. V-step to your left, backward, cuerdas. Basic. Switch. Switch. Now we're going to throw a punch. Here. Right? Cover up with that left side and you punch with the right. This time we're going to parry when we return. Cuerdas, parry. Paria. This time in cuerdas, we're going to shield. Okay? This one. Comb the hair. Cool Filipino guys. Right? Like, hey, what's up, bro? Fonzie. Right? You can punch with your left here. Now, left and right at the end. Okay? You're going to go boom, boom. Switch. You're going to go right and left punch. Ready? Go. Boom, boom. Okay, so we'll do a pendulum. The pendulum is a tool that we're going to be using to then load in weapons on the pendulum, right? So right here, this is like something that Maestro Sunny created. And for now, we're going to do it a basic body pedestrian, right? We start moving the pendulum, and it's an in and out movement. No one ever fights like this, right? No one fights like this. So we're like, hey man, you mess with me, I'll meet you at 3 p.m. at the parking lot. We're going to pendulum first. But what that does is this in and out movement allows you to start reading timing, range, and distance, right? Right now, there's no contact. We're aiming with the elbows because we're learning how to read the body, right? I'm going to be focusing more on his movement and body than less about mine, okay? Because it's about reading, right? In a real fight, it's not about how fresh and how strong and powerful you are. It's about how you respond to your opponent. Okay, we're using the elbows as a shield, as a guard. It helps align our shoulders on the imaginary center line that we're on, right? So we're not super wide and square, right? We're like blading our body, leading with our shoulders, following with the elbows, right? Cool. Eventually, as you become more comfortable, more advanced, then you can start making this linear pendulum more circular. We're just going to do a quick demo here. So then I'm going to just start moving more organic. I can go towards my left here. I'm going to go towards my right here. And then it's just reading. Okay? I'm now not going to tell them where I'm going. Right? And then this elbow then extends into a strike. Start to define the center line. Right? What Dan is doing is he's pairing the first point. Okay? So we'll be doing this Then eventually you apply second point. Then eventually you'll be able to pull off techniques, etc. in the time that you need to, right? For example, it's just a tool. Right? Always read the in and out, right? Don't bum rush. Feel him first. Right, here's another technique, for example. Right? Maybe just straight striking. Right? Or a grappling. Right? Stick it on, maybe. Right? So these are things that you could then integrate your technique in the pendulum.